Today's topic is leadership and politics. Leadership and politics. Before you, there are two images. These images represent leaders in various countries. The first image is that of Donald Trump. He is the President of United States of America. The second image by the right is that of President Muhammadu Buhari. He is the President of Nigeria. These two persons are leaders in various countries and they are involved in politics. In this topic, we are going to be looking at leadership and politics, the meaning of a leader, the various political parties in Nigeria living together in the community. So first, let's look at the meaning of a leader. Who is a leader? A leader is someone who directs or guides others. So people who direct or guide others, they are known as leaders. But a leader is that person who directs or guides others. So we have leaders in schools, we have leaders in our community, we have leaders in various religious organizations, and we have political leaders. The image before you, you have Barack Obama, okay, from the left. The second from the left is Barack Obama. He is the former president of the United States of America. Then the second line you have from the left is President Nelson Mandela. He was former president of South Africa. He's late now. He fought for apartheid, that is discrimination against the black in South Africa. And then you have Martin Luther King, okay? He fought against racism, that is discrimination against the blacks in the United States of America. So let's look at the attributes of a good leader. What are the attributes of a good leader? So listen to this clip.
Attributes of a good leader. First is honesty. A good leader must be honest. Good communication. A good leader must communicate with its followers. Thirdly, a good leader must have confidence in leading its followers. And fourthly, a good leader must have a positive attitude towards its followers. The fifth point is that a good leader must have the ability to inspire. Yes, must have the ability to inspire others to do work. Sixth point is that a good leader must have the ability to make informed decisions. And the seventh one is that a good leader must have the ability to solve problems, whatever problems that come to a leader.
So these are the attributes of a good leader. A good leader must possess all these attributes: truthfulness, honesty, okay, and set good examples for his followers to emulate. That's the attribute of a good leader. Let's look at the meaning of political party. What's a political party? A political party is an organization that seeks to gain or maintain power within the government. The image before you is the symbols of the various almost 44 political parties that we have in Nigeria. Now, these parties have their symbols, they have their slogans, they have the images that you use to identify them anywhere you see their logo. You can see a cock. That party represents the ABGA. So ABGA, the full meaning of ABGA as a political party is the All Progressive Grand Alliance. That is ABGA. Now you have the PDP, you have the APC. The PDP is People's Democratic Party, is represented with an umbrella. Then the APC is the All Progressives Congress, is represented with a broom. You can see it. We even have the SDP. So these various political parties, they have their symbols. So we say that a political party is that organization that seeks to gain or maintain power within the government. So all these parties are struggling to actually maintain and gain power within government. But the political party that is in charge of government to some extent is the APC, the All Progressive Congress. Now, let's look at the list of political parties in Nigeria. Do you know all the Nigerian political parties, their logos, and the full meaning? Now, have you taken a look at some of them, and then can you recognize them when you see them? Let me run a list of few of the political parties that we have in Nigeria. Let me say the first top 10. Number one on the list is the All Progressive Congress, APC. You can see their logo is represented with a broom. The second is People's Democratic Party, the PDP. Their symbol is represented with an umbrella. The All Progressive Congress is the party and power at the federal level, represented by the president and his vice, the president, President Muhammadu Buhari, and his vice, President Yemi Osibanjo, okay, Professor Yemi Osibanjo. Then the People's Democratic Party is the second party on the list. We have the Alliance for Democracy, AD. We have Accord Party, represented by A. Alliance Congress Party of Nigeria, ACPN. We have Labour Party, LP. We have Democratic People's Congress, DPC. We have Fresh Democratic Party, FDP. We have Kowa Party, KW, and we have Social Democratic Party, SDP. Others include Alliance for Democracy, as you have said. Okay, we have the People's Progressive Party, the PPP. We have the Labour Party, and so on. Now, let's look at the images of at least 2 or 3 parties. First, the All Progressive Congress image. Clearly, you're seeing it. The APC, the image is presented with the broom. So anywhere you see this logo, you'll be able to identify it with the All Progressive Congress political party. Now, the next one is for the PDP. So we say the People's Democratic Party, PDP, their symbol, the image they use in knowing them is the umbrella. Okay? Now, let's look at the functions of these political parties. What are their functions? First, they select honest and hardworking political candidates to contest for the election. They organize free and fair election. They monitor the work of their representatives. Then they provide the means in which people can have a voice in government. So these are the functions of political parties in Nigeria. Now let's look at the meaning of political campaigns. When these political parties are bringing out a leader, there are campaigns that goes with it. Some of them go with posters, some go with jingles on air, on the televisions, to convince the voters and make them see reasons why they should be taken. Now, the meaning of political campaign is a contest between candidates who want to be elected into a government office. Okay, so they print posters and campaign jingles. They are all used for the political campaigns. The image before you is President Buhari and Professor Yemi Osibanjo is the Vice President of Nigeria. So this is their campaign poster, and what they wrote there is next level, that they are taking Nigerians to the next level. That was their campaign slogan. Okay, every political party have their slogan. It could be taking us to the next level, it could be change, whatever slogan a political campaign is using, okay, to convince the voters, that will be for that particular party, and no other party is allowed to imitate it. So that's the meaning of a political campaign. Now let's listen to a campaign jingle, okay, used by the APC during the presidential.
My people, we are getting better, we are going higher. To advance to the future and the next level. We are better and moving forward. Everything we do, everything we climb, put them to the our people go to the people go to the they are going to the they are going to the every power we are
So with all these jingles and political campaigns, the candidates will convince on the particular choice to make as regards electing them into office. So this brings us to the meaning of an election. So with all these jingles, the candidates are convinced, the voters are convinced on whom to vote. First, what's the meaning of an election? Election is the process, is the formal process of electing or choosing a leader. Is a formal process, that is the right process of electing or choosing a leader. Note, only Nigerian citizens above the age of 18 can vote. Now, the image before you, it's a picture of a normal day, a normal election day in Nigeria, where the voters arrange themselves on a single queue, and individually they get accredited, and then they come to vote for their particular candidate. The police, they are there, the soldiers are there to monitor the events so that there won't be ballot snatching and the rest. So that's an election in the country. So you must be 18 years and above before you can vote in the elections of Nigeria, okay? So let's see the meaning of impeachment. When a government that has been elected is doing wrong, or doing some wrong, or is not aligning with the rules of the constitution, there's bound to be impeachment, okay? So meaning of impeachment, this is a process by which a high public official is formally accused of wrongdoing or misconduct, usually by legislative arm of government. The image before you is that of President Muhammadu Buhari. By the left, you can see the Chief Justice of the Federation, Tanko, and the former Justice of the Federation. Okay, so most often, the citizens clamor that the leader that is doing some wrong have to be removed from power. So when they are removed, you say it's impeachment. So we have said that impeachment is the process in which public officials, they are formally accused and removed of wrongdoing, and this is done by the legislative arm of government. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the living together in a community. We have our different communities and people live together. So the image before, you can see some persons living together in a community happily, okay? There are lots of reasons why people live together. So the reasons why people live together include protection, okay? When you live in a community, it offers protection. It shares resources such as water, electricity, and market. Okay, it creates opportunity to get to know other people. These are the reasons why people live in a community, and it brings togetherness. So the roles of different government organizations in the community: there are hospitals in the community, there are schools, there are police, you have the post office, you have the fire department. So the hospital provides medical care for the sick or the injured people in the community. The schools are there to offer education to the students at different levels: the primary, the secondary, and the university level. The police is responsible for the prevention and detection of crime, and they are there to keep laws and order in the community. The post office is there for postal services of our various letters and correspondence. The fire department is there to make sure that there is no fire outbreak, and then they prevent it when it comes. Okay, so images of a clinic and a school in the community. So let's look at how clinics in the community look like and the schools in the community. The first image by the left, you can see children sitting on the ground in the community and receiving their lessons. Then the other one, the building is very dilapidated. So that's a school in the community. And then the community clinic, you see the nurses attending to patients and the members of the community that needs treatment. Now, the meaning of tax. Tax are the small part of our salaries that we must pay to the government. Okay, so when the government takes this part of our salary, they're able to provide electricity. These are the uses of the tax. They are able to provide good roads, water, and schools, and they are used to build community markets. So that is what tax. So is that portion of salaries that we must pay to the government so that they can provide services. Okay. Now let's look at the meaning of patriotism. Who are you patriotic? Are you sure? Okay. So patriotism means feeling of loyalty and pride in one's own country. When a citizen is patriotic, the citizen will be loyal to the country, will be very humble, will obey the laws of the land, will be a responsible citizen, Okay, so the image before you are images of Nigerian patriots. These patriots, we call them patriots because they have feelings of loyalty and pride for the country. They've done a lot for our country. Okay, so that is what patriotism, feeling of loyalty and pride in one's own country. Thank you for watching this video. Now for your assignment, you're encouraged to do exercises 15 and 16 at the back of your textbook. You will see the PDF file. If you don't have the textbook, you can download. For any questions on this topic, you can use the question box in your portal feature, and stay blessed. Thank you for watching. See you next time.